While most of the catamaran yachting action was focused on the waters off Barcelona in the Olympic tornado competition, a likely Olympic event of the future was taking place further north, in Holland, where well over 100 competitors from 11 European countries gathered on the beach of Katwick for the O'Neill Hobie Cat 16 European Championships 1992. Hobie Cat Europe. Main sponsor O'Neill and 200 volunteers from local beach sailing club Skytevaart provide the perfect organization for this event that has special importance, since it's only months away from the final decision on Hobie's Olympic bid for the Hobie Cat 16. Spokesman for Hobie Cat, John Dinsdale, is optimistic about the Hobie 16's Olympic future.
Well, it is true that the International Hobie class has made a proposal. This was following a desire from the IRU to try to get a little bit different way to do the Olympics. For sure, a one design boat where the competition is really between the sailors and not necessarily between the equipment. Well, our strongest arguments are that the boat is distributed all over the world. The boat is relatively inexpensive. There's one design racing. We've got racing fleets in 42 countries. There's close to 100,000 boats out there already. And the fact that it's such a good recreation toy will mean that a lot of countries that have never considered sailing in the Olympics, that now they can go ahead and, because they're already competing with these boats, they can consider to go one step further and go to the Olympics.
Another important reason for the Hobie Cat 16 to become Olympic is that the International Olympic Committee is looking for the yachting disciplines to become more spectacular for both public and television. Hobie Cat 16 sailors seem happy to oblige.
The idea, as we see it, sort of like the car racing. You know, everybody's sitting there waiting for the car to crash and burn, and with the Hobie Cats, if somebody turns over, it becomes spectacular, but then it's a question of pulling the boat back up again.
The growing likelihood of Hobie Cat 16 replacing Tornado as the Olympic catamaran is very motivating for the top Hobie Cat sailors.
Yes, well, it's very exciting if Hobie would get Olympic, because I sail Hobie 16 for about 16 years, from 76, and I built up a lot of experience with the boat.
I'm very interested in the Olympic class. Hobie Cat is one of the strongest classes worldwide, and especially the Hobie 16 is a fantastic boat to become Olympic.
In the first race, reigning European champion Onno van der Plaat and his new crew, Toorn Zeilmaker, score a terrible result, finishing 39th. Fortunately, also their main opponents have disappointing results. Nevertheless, it means that Van der Plaat and Zeilmaker cannot afford any further mistakes because they have already used up their only discard. During the second race, conditions are fierce as the infamous North Sea, with its treacherous currents, gusty winds and unpredictable swells, demands the utmost from Europe's best Hobie 16 sailors. In total, 20 competitors are unable to complete the course. Onno van der Plaat, who knows these waters like no other, takes advantage of these adverse conditions and recovers with first place, although not without some trouble of his own. He falls overboard as he rounds the mark, but manages to recover with almost no loss of time. Also, the Moore brothers from Germany are back in the race, negotiating the tricky currents better than most other foreigners. In the following 4 races, Van der Plaat, here crossing the finishing line in front of the Moore brothers, stays right on the ball, making no further mistakes. The field is very nervous at the start of the 7th and last race. After 2 massive false starts, with most of the field over the starting line early, the death flag is hoisted, meaning that any boat jumping the gun now is immediately disqualified. And they're on their way. The European champions lead with 23 points, meaning that if number 2 now ends first, Van der Plat and Zeilmacher can afford to end 22nd and still retain their European title. So the main battle is for second place. The Moore brothers sail a tactical race. With Van der Plat out of reach, all their attention is aimed at their compatriots Stoll and Schuler, the reigning German champions who are also close to second place. Also, the French couple Tastet are very much on form at these O'Neill Hobie Cat 16 Europeans. And the strong team from Italy, De Toro and Rocha. They are all very close to each other on the ranking list after 6 races. But the Moore brothers, with that little bit of extra experience on these whimsical waters, have the edge and take second place at a respectable distance of 25.5 points from winners Van der Plat and Zeilmacher, who thus successfully defend their European title. And although their enormous lead in points suggests otherwise, these O'Neill Hobie Cat 16 Europeans were not a cakewalk for Van der Plat and Zeilmacher.
What was very special in this championship was the aggressive way of starting. Unbelievable aggressive starting procedures. I've never seen this before. You had to pull your sheet as early as you could, but you also had to try that the starting boat could not see you. Because if you pull your sheets too late, you're out of business.
And so the final results of the O'Neill Hobie Cat 16 European Championships 1992 are Van der Plat gold, the Moore brothers silver, and the couple Tastet bronze. Stoll has to settle for 4th place, with De Toro trailing in 5th.